Hello, Crazy H. We are here, Breath the Tank Downey, Motoring Wars, the black sheep of the collecting community, the redheaded stepchild, if you would. We have all this stuff that we've been piling up, that I've made videos on and everything, that we need to make room for here in the pop culture palace. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys can relate that are watching. Thank you for watching, by the way. And please subscribe to the channel. Before you even get going, just go and subscribe. Tori, she's just playing Godzilla, rocking all over everything. So what do you think?
Well,
Can we do it?
you really don't think I can?
Oh, I know you can. We call him the organizer, the HDO, the Hunter Downey Organization
I've
Specialist.
made all this work for 10 or more years. I think I can fit in a little bit more, as painful as it can be. So,
What do you think, Tori? You think you can do it? You think we can do it? So we're bringing you guys along for the journey. We figured this might be a fun video to make. He's just gotten frustrated and just left the room. Oh, he's busting out the scissors.
you have to.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So we were just watching AEW. CM Punk came back tonight. So if you're watching this video years from now or whenever, you'll know where we are in the grand scheme of things. August 20th, 2021. What do you got there?
Your weird dollar bill with the cast of Star Trek on it. I forgot that it was in the back here.
So yeah.
On the shelf.
So we got to try to figure out where we can put these legends from the HBO stuff. I have one statue from the Unleashed series, the old Unleashed series, that I think we'll be able to fit in pretty good. They're back behind me here. We got several Black series, a couple Pops. I think we got a couple other legends in this mix too. Got some minis here, some vintage collection, the whole kit caboodle. So where will you begin?
Well, just to free up space up there, I think I'm actually going to move your Star Trek Pops you put up there over to this shelf. That's what I was just trying to weigh.
I see what you're looking at. Yeah, I just stuck them up there for a place to stick them.
I get that all these are from iconic episodes, but this is a very strange barrage of these.
Well, it's from the Mirror episode,
All of them are?
the Secret Agent episode, the Con episode. So yeah. So I guess putting them, let's have to go in a little bit here. Putting them over. I have a Star Trek shelf over there. It has a couple of my autograph pictures and the whatnot on it. I'm surprised there's any room on that shelf. Because didn't we box up a couple things from there? Like, we boxed up my old Enterprise that had the Mego figures.
Yeah,
And then the transporter room and all that. So that's cool. We are definitely in dire need of going through this place and scaling back some.
Yeah. That was down there. It'd be kind of nice to get that Tony up on here. The other. Because the thing is,
he might, if you would move these a little bit, he might fit in there.
Well, the only reason I have them set up the way they do is
God, that's dusty too.
because I sure as heck don't want to come out here and dust under all this.
Well, that's just it. It's a pain in the butt. We're gonna have to do it eventually though, because it is getting bad.
That's like its own whole separate day.
Well, that might be a good thing to do when we are going to go through and
Here, this is more along what I want to do.
figure out what we're going to get rid of. I do got some things that I definitely want to part with. I'm probably going to keep all the big NECA except for maybe the ones on the end. A few of those. There may be a couple hundred once out of those. Yeah, that looks good. He's right by his other one now. They're bobbling. But yeah.
And
There's not much room behind us. We have some on this
I'm
shelf.
gonna put these two down there for now, but I might change the ordering of some of them to make, because right now this is just kind of a little mini Mandalorian pop section, but I might end up doing something else.
See, I should have never started getting them damn Funko Pops. I wasn't going to get any of them, and I started getting them, and damn things are like eating peanuts. I've used that analogy many a time here on the
These,
channel.
regrettably, doesn't we do have the hodgepodge shelf.
Oh yeah, it's down there. The miscellaneous
Yeah, this is just kind of like
figures stuff.
a mix of
You know, another video we could make too. We could, it wouldn't even take that long. Is tomorrow possibly in the one room where
I'm gonna move this because I want to rearrange these real quick.
we have the wrestling figures. That shelf needs, because we just got a TV in there and it needs redone. Shout out to Dave Hamilton, the bass player for my band Hellfire Empire. He hooked me up with a TV. I don't know if he got a new one or what exactly he did, but it was. He said it was a smart TV that went stupid, which basically means the.
That's a good sentence.
Well, yeah, it basically means his the stuff to get on the internet for like Roku and all that got busted. But I had an extra Roku anyway, so I just hooked it up and it's working fine. So I appreciate him hooking me up. I did have a TV in there and I sold it a while back, but I like having one in there because like I use it to just play music on and that sort of thing, like iHeartRadio and all that kind of stuff. Tori's watching her movie make. I think she's turning a better bird. Looks like she has feathers here. So who all we got down there? We got
You got your Sparta or 300 line.
how are you supposed to say his name? Leonidas?
Yeah, Leonidas, King Leonidas.
We got Johnny Depp, Spawn.
Bud the Zombie, a classic.
Well, that's not Bub, that's Flyboy.
Oh, I thought you told me it was Bub as a kid.
They made a Bub, I think. There's a few. I have two of the zombies. I have that one and I have the autograph one that the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's.
Tom Savini.
Yeah, so it's.
His name was escaping me.
Trying to. I have this rig.
Yeah, he does not stand very well.
I think it's the Seneca.
Yeah.
Yeah, they notorious for that kind of stuff. And then I do remember watching the scene. He had the gun like.
Drooping, or like just hanging by his finger.
Yeah.
I love the original Dawn of the Dead movie. Best zombie movie ever made, in my opinion.
I will do. Did you actually watch this Vin Diesel movie?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't a great masterpiece work that was going to win any awards or anything, but you know, it was definitely watchable.
I get like him mixed up because Idris Elba's guy in Suicide Squad was called Bloodsport.
I realize this might not be the most riveting video for you guys, but I just thought it'd be something cool to film while we're doing it. And some people enjoy seeing people reorganize stuff and that sort of thing. Heck, we watched, what was that lady? Was she from Russia or Germany or
I don't know.
Austria or somewhere, who she cleans people's houses for free just because she enjoys organizing and cleaning them. So
funny.
she'll get on her Instagram followers, and she started filming it for YouTube videos. And like, she has like buku people watching her channel, and all she does is just go and clean up their mess. That place was bad. She cleaned up. We watched last night though. It was bad. And yeah, there he is. The famous.
This is Tarantino?
Yep, director himself. I should have got what's her name with the gun leg when they were out that time.
Xena?
Yep, there's Xena. My friend Mel gave me that as a gift. Shout out to her if she's watching. Tori's just like, man, she's all into it. We'll give you the cat's eye view.
Ultraman?
Yeah, Ultraman, man. Growing up, I watched Ultraman like crazy. I need to check and see if they got the new season of the new series they did. Because they didn't start fighting giants or anything yet. It was just kind of like an origin type thing.
My personal favorite on this show is Captain Jack, which I've often said that not only what we do with them, but we should get into the NECA line of Pirates of the Caribbean figures.
Is there 500,000 of them? I have a feeling there would be.
I mean, kinda, but not like, it's not excessive. At least I wouldn't.
So what are you trying to do? Fit He-Man down there?
Yeah, He-Man and Hulk, since we don't have the wrestlers or anything Masters of the Universe related.
We don't have any wrestlers out?
Not out here, they're all in the room.
No, but I mean, I thought we had a couple wrestling pops out here. I had like Triple H and...
They're there.
Yeah, but man, I don't know if he could fit there or
Yeah,
not.
the ones there are a little more...
I got him and Shawn Michaels and The Rock, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, they're in the back row. I don't know if you guys can see them. But this is like a really hard thing to film because you can't really put the phone on a stand unless you want like a real far away view of just the whole room to see what's going on. So Hogan's kind of a hodgepodge anyway, so.
That's what I'm saying. That's the best place for him. I'm not worried about any of that. I just wanted that mid-section.
Is that where you're going to try to put those?
What? Those? Oh, maybe. It might be what I have to do, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're either that or... I know you got it kind of separated by Avengers.
Like, this is all, like, MCU leading up to Infinity War. And then this is all, like, Endgame, Infinity War, the Black Panther section, the Black Order. And then this all down here is, like, the... It's all Defenders, X-Men, and then just some kind of random ones. And that's all comics.
Could we move like those statues down this way and maybe just do all them in a row like right above there?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea because you got statues, some of the oddballs down here.
That's true.
You could put Spotty in front of Spotty there. You can still see, you know, the big NECA guys are big enough to see them. I love them, but I don't have any more room for any that big. I just don't. Yeah, that will work out nicely. And that's the thing. There's not really a whole lot I can do except film this. That's like a smooth one there. You got Evil Knievel with Burt Reynolds from Smoking the Bandit.
Evil Knievel just fell from the top, which is what's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he had his own crash here in our place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, show that pose job he did. You might have seen it on our video we did of these guys when we unboxed. I got the whole case.
Easily, with the wings, the best figure in the...
And that was the first time I've ever ordered a whole case from, so I think I got it from Entertainment Earth, and
Second
now a
best.
couple times we've been out and we've seen like the whole wave, and I've gotten because I wanted to build a figure in the group.
Probably the third best.
But there isn't too many times where I bought the whole wave. The one that comes to the memory, the last time I bought one was probably the Wakanda
Second to last.
wave. Would you think?
Here. Yeah, because it's not only it's the Wakanda wave plus a couple of oddballs that came out like right before Black Panther, and the 2-pack. Which that was one 2-pack that you never got that you should, is the one that had Falcon and Bucky for Infinity
Oh
War.
yeah.
Because they could go right here. I could probably, because that's only 2 figures.
Wonder what it's going for right now.
I don't know.
We were talking last night because I love the Lord of the Rings guys, and
Sam Bucky.
I just seen where Big Dub just got some new, like 3 new ones. He's been getting all the big. Is it Asmus that does them? The Lord of the Rings, their hot toy version.
Yes, Asmus.
Yeah, he just got. I think he got Hammer and one of the Gondorian. No, or no, it was the Elven warriors from the.
Oh, prologue, yeah.
Yeah, the prologue, and then he got the cave troll. But I would love to get more. And we were looking at the Lord of the Rings
Diamond Select.
Diamond Selects last night, and we were trying to determine if I got those, if we'd have any room for them.
I'm looking at this. I think you could fit them.
Yeah, maybe
around,
right in there.
Yeah, right around the nair. I could.
And I
always,
certainly wouldn't have to get every single
I
one.
can always rearrange.
I definitely would want the Fellowship and probably Gollum.
Say, we take for granted your Toy Biz.
Oh yeah, I know. I got.
It's just because of how low they are.
I love the lore, and that's just like I'd love to have these box sets displayed better.
If we did that, I might end up actually moving the Toy Biz ones up, and then, or like.
Yeah, we could redo the whole thing.
Because you got some really good ones in there that, we don't really.
So that's definitely something we'll look at because I'm the same way. I would like to keep collecting their stuff, even though there's probably some of the stuff I may part with before it's over with.
Okay. So these, I don't really want to unbox those.
Yeah, but because it's not really going to create too much more. Like it's going to be almost as much room just to keep them boxed, and I like how they look in the box.
Yeah, that's the other reason, is because these were the line that this is based off of is one of the lines that was around when I was a kid, and I like keeping them in there for that look. So
It's a shame we couldn't hang them somewhere.
Yeah, but not really best to hang them at this time of night. So I might just put them upstairs for now with the others, because that's something else I'd like to do. We have a bunch.
Yeah, we got a whole Star Wars room upstairs,
It's
and
full
we
of
we already got boxes to
That's the
store
same with all of these.
there. Yeah, I got a bunch of vintage collection up there
So
too.
they'll probably be going up as well to hang.
Show what all we got there real quick.
It was Moff Gideon, and then this Mandalorian. We got the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, carbonized Mando,
Yeah.
and this Luke from Empire.
Which the packaging on them is what it's all about.
Yeah, that's why. It's like they're almost too nice to take out.
So
Obi-Wan,
that should be.
pretty easy.
That's where I got all my Unleashed.
Probably.
These China cabinets were my mom's, and I don't have any of the China on it because China ain't my thing. But
Seeing as he's attacking the clones, Obi-Wan.
I got them when
Let's do this.
she passed, and I got 2 of them. So I've been using them for some figures. So because they're nice, and I mean, I know they're not like made for figures. They're not like a Detolf or whatever. But
This Vader's a relic.
you gotta have had him for
He's from
several
that
years
old,
now.
Like, what was that toy that I had as a kid? The heroes.
Yeah.
They're like that, but Star Wars.
He was like those big guys.
I'll let you with this.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
I'm not seeing what you're doing here.
That's a saber of somebody's. Whose?
These are like probably one of my favorite lines. I'll probably never get rid of these guys, the Unleashed ones, because they were just so nicely done, and they're pretty much just small statues.
Maybe one there.
But I probably definitely will hang on to them for a while. We had a guy comment, and I got rid of it because I don't like keeping anything negative on our channel, because that's not work. But he, on one of the videos we did when we were going through our Black series, it was something about, we were talking about the snake with Yoda or something, and he was flipping out about that and said we needed to get our facts straight and all this. I was like, really? You're taking this that seriously? That you're
Look,
and
I know a lot of Star Wars lore, but I could give two shits about what the snake is
yeah,
called.
well, no, it was like, it was supposed to, it came with that. We were wondering why it came with that figure or something, because we were just doing like we do now. We're just talking and all, and it's like, I'm certainly not an expert on when everything comes out, what everything comes with, and all that stuff. I just like the stuff and that. But well, some people are just into it so far. It's just like, I mean, it must be your only thing in life they got. So, and I should turn. I ain't gonna turn around, but I'll just say it to you guys while we're, make collecting a part of your life, but don't get so consumed by it that like you're jumping on somebody else's page and getting on their shit just because they didn't have one little fact straight. I mean, that's just kind of ludicrous in my opinion. Just make it part of your life, and there's so much other good things you can get into, that you might be interested in, whatever it may be, underwater basket weaving or whatever.
It's kind of a.
But you know what I'm saying, Hunter. It's like, don't become so obsessed with it that like it's the only thing you live for. And I mean, people getting all upset because they didn't get this or that, or I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just don't think. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be something that stresses you out. It's supposed to take you away from your daily stress in life. So don't let it consume you. The moral story is, don't let it consume you so much that, Oh, I think I may have it in the emails what it said.
Of all the things.
But like I was just like, well, and I had nothing against the guy or anything, it's his opinion, that's fine, but it's just like, I just don't, I'm not dealing with negative stuff on our channel in any way, shape, or form. So I mean, if you're gonna say something negative, don't waste your time or mine, because I'm just gonna delete it. This is all about being positive and supporting each other, and that's why I call myself the black sheep of the collecting community and all that, because I've tried to be friends with several different collectors and all that, and it just seems like my friendship's not wanted. I don't understand it. So
Can you tell what I did there? The three kind of.
So what
they're
did
all
you do?
like Attack of the Clones, Geonosis. So the Anakin's on the side here. I had made
Okay, I
Obi-Wan,
got it.
and then still have the.
That's why you wanted me to get that Obi-Wan so bad.
Well, actually, no. I didn't even put together that it was Geonosis Obi-Wan until just now. So, the minis I'm probably going to do in this cabinet.
Yeah, we got
have
the
some of the other ones.
other
in there.
cabinet over here that has the 3 3/4 and some
It's
of
got
my
some dolls, got some
big
box
classic
sets,
dolls,
got some original Black Series. down
hodgepodge stuff.
there. Maybe I can put them on the bottom shelf. Now you have a little Ahsoka section there.
But yeah, anyway, guys, so, I've tried to make friends with several people. It's just like, I've been shunned and I don't understand it. And do you understand it, Hunter?
Really, no.
You know, I think I'm a nice guy. I try to help people. I do tons of charity work around here. I've done like 4 concerts this summer. That's been for charity and that. So I mean, it's, you know, I try to, you know, the last thing I say on every video is, you know, do an act of kindness this week and try to make a difference in somebody's life. And, you know, that's something I live by. So, you know, when people aren't kind, you know, with Hunter or me, I don't, frankly, understand it.
Shut.
Yeah,
It's snug, but it'll shut.
it'll shut.
The Mando ones are a little more recent anyways, so having them towards the top, you know.
Yeah, we got Cara Dune, don't we?
Yeah.
Cool. I still need to get that carbonized one of her sometime, but it's going. My buddy Ryan had it for me, but then he got where he needed some money and had to take it and some of them back. So I never ended up getting it. I mean, you know, it's okay. Stuff happens. I understand that. I ain't gonna get upset over it or anything, but I'll get one eventually somehow. I think I have all the rest of them per though.
Easy.
All right, so that's done. Oh, you're so much better at this than I am fitting the stuff where they need to be.
So we got that Ahsoka, remember, which we determined that you already may have. And we also have this Sandman over here still.
Oh, why you want to do a giveaway?
Well, you already were going to do a giveaway with him to begin with.
Yeah, but
tell the people.
Show what we got.
So it's this Ahsoka.
And I do have her back here?
Yes, it's right there in the center. We compared it. I thought that was much older than this, but I guess I was wrong. But it's, yeah, virtually the same. You know, it's kind of her mid to final Clone Wars days look. And then with that, I've been holding onto this for a while. It's a Sandman, which we have on display right here. It's very cool. It's got a nice presence if you like Spidey villains.
So let's see. We'll give those away.
How about we have them answer a question?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to ask a question somewhere at the end of the video.
I have one.
Well, in that way, they don't know when it's coming. So we'll ask it, and then whoever answers the questions entered in the contest. And
maybe like that time we were driving on the trip, and you were asking me like random trivia questions. You were like, "Who's so and so's daughter?" And I'm like, "I don't know who these people are. Who the heck?" Okay, I'm gonna do this legend next, I think, because it's easy to take out. Good old Ollies.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Shout out to Patrick told me about.
Patrick Swayze.
That works at Ollie's. My man, I've gotten to be friends with. It's part of our collectors group. We have a collectors group, Western Maryland Figure Collectors. I think we got like 60 some members, don't we? In our local community.
I'm sure.
But we share, like, if anybody sees anything coming in or whatever, we share it. That is the Daredevil in the black suit. Yeah. Oh, what was his name? The something Daredevil.
The right-hand man Daredevil. Took me a second to get it.
It's I'm having a brain fart with it.
That's maybe.
What's it have?
Well, it's got the baton and like this weird effect, but I guess you can remove the actual baton pieces, which is what I'm gonna do for the sake of space. So you can take these off and then put them together.
Also, it would look like it's kind of in action.
Yeah.
Got ya.
Okay. And then, like, I have your one like this down there. Your more classic look one, which I believe is one of the first ones you ever got.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't get the Jungle Boy song out of my head.
What's
We just watched
what's funny
wrestling.
is the song is called Tarzan Boy, but
It's his theme song.
yeah. Now you just made me think of something when you mentioned the name Patrick earlier. This is something you all never told me the impact Roadhouse must have had in the late '80s.
Roadhouse.
But now let me tell you this: I have encountered. I want to say, or at least not like personally, but I've heard of people. I've heard of at least 3 people named Dalton. And every time I've asked the person who's told me, I'm like, do you happen to know how they got their name? Or I'll say to them, I'm like, you're named after Roadhouse, aren't you? And they say, yep.
Yeah,
So,
my one
Patrick Swayze's
good friend
freaking-
Kathy's son's Dalton, who also does YouTube
all
videos.
because of Patrick
Nerdy
Swayze
ones, too.
Roadhouse.
I can't think of his channel's name. Oh my god! But he's named after.
That's a little complaint. Or unfortunate. His leg is like bent out of.
But it's this guy here. It's who he has. That version of Daredevil. Pretty cool. And he was only, what, $8 or something?
Yeah, like $7.99.
So, couldn't beat that. I got the down low on it and went up and busted out. I want to get this. I'd love to get this done differently so I could stretch the statues out more in here. So, because they're just so nice, and they would look so much better if they had room to breathe and weren't crammed in the corner over there. But I've gotten just about all the MCU ones that they've done.
I know there's definitely some comic book figures down on that bottom shelf that you probably wouldn't care about having. Like, I know for a fact there's 1 or 2 down there that the sole reason we got it is because they had a Build-A-Figure piece we needed for another one that we wanted. And that's the only reason.
From the Dark Order, who do I have statue-wise? Or there?
Only Ebony Maw.
Yeah, I think they made. Is it Proxima Midnight they made?
Probably.
But it's real hard to get because they didn't make a lot because I guess it wasn't. I guess he didn't sell or something. I don't know. But Tori's down there guarding them.
This. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, that because it's kind of cool in that.
Yeah, it's cool in the box, and there's not really like a. If we had a shelf, I might make that an upstairs edition because I can set it on a shelf like this, opened up to display. I have the comic.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have it.
It's a really good book.
We need to take a day and go up there and do some work because we got a ton of stuff that needs hung and.
Something else, same deal. We got all these G.I. Joes, which you have on your now.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you wanted to bring them out to look at more, but we'll have to play it by ear probably and see, like, if we can fit. I don't know.
Well, what's there? He's talking about it in the living room there, right past the coats. That there's a shelf with some figures on it.
It's pretty much full is the problem.
Well, we could always move some of that stuff somewhere else. I don't know where to put them in, or we could leave them in boxes, like put them behind and make them like a wall.
Yeah, but the problem is the shelf isn't wide enough to accommodate both. So, we'll set them here for now, and we'll probably find something later. This I'm gonna take out. Still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these pops. What I'd like to do is, like, I don't know. There's so many of them.
That was another one I got a good deal on, and that's why I got it. I forget exactly how much.
The heavy troop that's voiced by Jon Favreau. But
really,
if you're a real fan,
they've just made these so detailed now. It's that's what's so cool about them.
I'm still chuckling about that guy. Get your facts straight about the striped snake that came with Yoda. What is there to get straight? There was a Yoda. It was older. Snake came with it, and then they just re-released it in the archive wave. That's literally all that happened.
I don't know.
What else is there? Yeah, because it was the second wave after those ones that are down there, because those ones have the orange stripe, and then they did the blue stripe after, which you have, I think, a Chewie and a Bosk down there. So that's what they did. It was released then, so it's one of the older ones.
Yeah, but it was something about
What else?
saying it was in that scene of the movie, or I don't know.
Unless the only, I think it's probably.
We'll have to rewatch it and see, because I'm like, God, I made that video months
The
ago.
only snake I remember in that scene is when Luke's getting ready to leave. He takes a snake out of the engine of the X-wing, which I always thought was funny because instead of like being squeamish about it, he just picks it up and puts it on the ground like it's no big deal. I've always thought that was kind of funny. So maybe it wasn't a scene with him. I don't know. Heck, you've seen those movies however many times, and you still pick up on these stuff.
Well, like I said, we'll have to watch the V and see what we, because I don't even. It's been so long, I don't even know what we go. Because it wasn't like we had like a set, like when we do the actual Ring Wars show, and I make a list of like stuff to talk about, what's going on in the nerd community and that. It wasn't like we had like an agenda. We're just doing like we're doing right now. We're just sitting there talking and letting people, had the inside. Scoop. I ain't really a scoop, but having the bird's eye view of what we're doing. And
that's the problem with this Daredevil. He has like a limp foot for some reason.
yeah, some of them. I wish all figures came with small stands, even if it was just like a little square.
If it was just a couple like tiny discs that were just big enough.
For their feet.
Yeah, like it wouldn't even have to be like this big. Now,
Production or anything.
I've saved this bit for last because this is by far the most daunting task. Because show them our Black Series shelf. It's very tightly packed. Like,
well, yeah, but there is room in front of each thing if you wanted to start another row.
But here's the problem. Then it looks off because there's not enough in that row to accommodate, and like they're all ordered by. So like this is all prequels and Clone Wars up here. And then this is Solo, Rebels, along with, like, Jedi Fallen Order, like, kind of like the middle years. And then Rogue One, and then A New Hope, Empire. This is all Jedi. Well, that's Empire, too. Mandalorian, and then into Force Awakens, and then all that is the sequels. So...
yeah, that's crazy.
And what we got? That's going to go in the sequels. This has got to squeeze into Empire. This is... yes, I do have a place for this. I have a place for Moff Gideon. I guess she'll technically have to be Mandalorian because that's how she appeared. Honda's got to go up with Clone Wars. Ventress has got to go up with Clone Wars. Or no, actually, wait. Hondo...
Is that old Hondo or young Hondo?
Yeah, this is old Hondo, so it might have to go down. Oh, and then this is... Boba's going to have to go in Return of the Jedi somewhere. This is the... Just realized, this is the...
Yeah.
So I take it you want to leave him
John
in
Walker?
there. Yeah.
I mean, we can.
Well, because it's supposed to be based off of how like the toys was packaged when they were selling.
Right.
Them. But look, this is an infinitely better figure than this. Because this guy comes with nothing. He has the shield and a second head sculpt with his face.
Yep.
That's an infinitely better figure to get. I might just set him up top and like behind this one, like it's like a backdrop.
That's fine.
I think I might do that.
We got to get creative because we're out of room.
Yeah. I'll move it to the side a little bit. Just so you can kind of see him up there. Oh, and then there's this too, which I'll just take it out. It's just your little Grogu and the... Which I still think they should have named him Yogu. Just to stick with the tradition of having the species of Yoda's names begin with
Yoda,
Y.
Yaddle, and
Yeah,
Yogu.
Yogu, yeah. I think Yogu would have been...
Is that the infamous snake?
The what?
Is that the snake Yoda there?
Yeah.
We'll have to rewatch that video. If you're out there, we're seriously not meaning to bust on you.
Yeah, we don't mean harm. We're just telling
It's just
you,
like when somebody's critical, it's just like, I wonder what we said.
yeah, like what the heck did we do that offended you? Because it was unintentional. Like I said, we're not by any means experts on these figures. We just collect them for fun and because we're fans of the series, or the saga rather.
Right.
Alright. You know, it's time for freedom from their plastic prison.
Ah, yes.
I wish I could remember the name of the guy who said that. He was a YouTuber. It was back... So the vintage collection guys that you have and that you know and love, they weren't the original ones. Well, I mean, there was the old ones when you were a kid. But then right before the sequels came out, they did a line of them for the 6 movies, plus a couple other random ones. They were like the Vintage Collection 1.0, more or less. And I discovered this guy doing a YouTube channel where he was taking them out, and he would talk about taking them out of the bubble, and he'd be like, it's time to free them from their plastic prison, which I've always said would be, if anyone did a movie about collectors, I think Plastic Prison would be a really cool title for it, because what is collecting but a plastic prison, really? I mean, it's, and I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just kind of like a poking fun sort of way.
Money-wise, it can become a prison for people. I was just seeing, you know, where Pence had posted about he's not been making videos and everything and all that because he just, you know, he thinks it's been senseless spending all the money he has on some of the stuff and he really don't care about it. And, you know, that's why I don't understand, like, why a lot of people have to have every figure from every wave and all that. It's like, you know, get what you like, and if you're not into, you know, why get a character if you don't know anything into them, unless of course you're trying to like build a figure or something like that, and you want, you know, you want that build a figure character, and you need that character to, but I mean, you know, you can all sell them or, you know, give them to somebody that does, you know.
Who this Grogu again?
Crofus.
That was Crofus.
Yeah, my man John Crofus, who we watch out for each other collection wise all the time. I got a couple other Hot Wheels stuff somewhere.
There's a Falcon. I think it's, I don't remember where it is, but I know you have a Falcon.
And who knows, they might end up on the chopping block once we go through this mess sometime. But yeah, if I had a way I could set this down and help you unbox these guys.
That's alright, I'll just do the snip really quickly, and well, here's something you can do just for fun. This up here for a moment.
Something for fun.
Well, it's gonna take me a couple minutes to get all these out and set up the way I want, so I figured what you could do, you could go through my box of Twibbits and show off some of them, because I'm kind of wanting to start my own separate collection of
yeah,
the
see,
Twibbits
Hunter
and
has...
guys.
Have you ever showed any of your room on...
Not much of it, I don't.
He has a whole... His collection's better than mine. He's one with all the good Hot Toys and...
But it's not because I can afford it. It's all just because I've saved up money, or it's been gifts, or, you know, it's not something I do regularly.
Right. He's one of these guys that's going to go out and buy 3 at a time every week. Which I still don't know, even though I don't care how much money you make, how you do it without affecting things. But anyway, I won't get into all that. But
yeah, I could talk about some stuff with him, maybe show him.
But anyway, this was the Weather Top Airborne. This is all his Lord of the Rings figures that are like the Twibbits ones I have. That
they're the exact same.
He just got his mom. He just got a collection room at her house.
Yeah,
so he has the big collection room here where he has most of his high-end stuff, and he's been taking some of this other stuff over there. So he has Aragorn.
Yeah, and then that Aragorn, so its arm lights up, and then there's an accessory piece that you have down here in box that's a ring wraith set on fire that lights up.
And there's Legolas.
Yeah, that's the flick fire missile ones. It's kind of a neat one.
And what do you got? Mary?
Yeah. The cape is from a different Mary, but...
He's working on Ventress over there. What else we got in here? Well, got another Aragorn.
That's the good Aragorn, the Helm's Deep superposable
We talk all the time. It's really hard for them to do
anyone.
Viggo Mortensen's face.
Nobody can get his face.
It's
down
like
perfect.
nobody gets it like exact. It's because he has such a unique, especially when he's clean shaven. He looks like a different person.
Yeah.
I mean, most people do, but some people, you know, you can still say, oh, you can still tell some. But this is what, the Easterling.
Yes, Easterling soldier, which
He's very cool.
One of the coolest archers or armors. I mean,
I'm gonna hit the light if I can. There we go. That might help a little bit. I was trying to see his sculpt and see if he was, if they had the eye makeup look with him, or if he just had eyes.
I often wondered if the Easterling in that scene was a woman or if it was just a man wearing.
I think it was a dude. I'll tell you, he reminds me of Johnny Depp when you look at him.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Is this the one with the hand? Or that's Frodo, isn't it?
That's Frodo.
The ring must go to Frodo. And we got an orc. I'm bad with the orc names. So.
That's just a Moria
orc.
Archer. Because there's a swordsman in there as well. The interesting thing about... that's like a normal orc. I'll tell you the fact about the other one whenever you get to him, because you can see it a little better, because I don't think you might know it. Unless I've mentioned something to you before.
Well, there's the prologue elf. I love their armor. I don't know, I'll tell you though, for what these were, I didn't think they were bad figures.
Yeah, see, the worst part of them, I think...
There's the the Pippin with the missing fingers the dog got.
Yeah, one of my dogs got a hold of that one, so... Because it was when I was younger, and I didn't really kind of care or take care to where I put them, so...
Man, my camera on this is just not wanting to focus.
You have the exact same Merry and Pippin, but I think you might have got them in where they was just the two of them, because the two I got come with the
Council Legolas.
Yeah, with the smooth Clint Eastwood shaman.
Yeah.
Or not shaman, I'm mixing up words.
What's it called? Shaw or
yeah.
or
I said shaman. I don't know why.
a shaman.
Ventress.
And there's Theoden.
It's hard to stand. I love that Theoden figure.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of my personal.
I don't know if this light's helping or making it worse. But it is just not wanting to focus at all.
You know, the only reason I don't like these new Black series, I like what they did with the art, but I don't like how they slanted the box like that. Because this Honda's and an older style one, he's just so much easier to take out.
There's, what's his name?
The Orc Overseer.
Yeah, the Overseer.
And he's supposed to come with an Uruk-hai pod, but I couldn't find it.
Did you look down in your accessory drawers?
I haven't checked it. Ooh, that's interesting. This is trying to tell me that Honda is a...
Which one is this?
That is the Moria Orc Swordsman. Now, let me tell you the fact. Keep that there a second. So, in my book that I read through for ages, the Weapons and Warfare book, talks about, like, the armor and stuff. It's a really cool book. I learned in that the Moria Orcs kind of worshipped the Balrog as, like, a deity.
Yeah.
So, if you look at the armor on it, that actually looks like certain stuff.
It looks like...
So, like, the sword kind of looks
kind of reminds you like Native Americans with Sasquatch and stuff.
The helmet looks kind of like the flames that are with the back, and then it fell off of him, but if you find the shield in there, it looks like the wing of the Balrog.
My man, Boromir.
Let's see, shield's in there with him, too. That's one of the ones that you have, and I have both.
Yeah. I like that figure. I thought it was very nicely done. What else we got? Lurds?
No, that's just
or just a regular one.
That's just like a Mordor or a Kai. Because remember there was.
That's right. He has the Sauron.
There was Isengard ones and there was the Mordor ones. Saruman and Sauron both experimented with.
And there's, what's his name?
Krishna.
Grishna.
He's the, what about their legs?
Yeah, they don't need those.
Yeah, he's that one. All the orcs in that scene are so funny.
Very smooth.
That's Ugluk. That's
Uglug.
They are not for eating.
Yeah, they're not to be spoiled or whatever.
Yeah, alive and unspoiled. Say, we were talking about that the other day. That's when you know you have a good movie, is whenever there's just so many quotable lines from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hama.
Hama.
Yep. And then gambling is in your cabinet.
It's weird that you got some I don't. And
Actually, and there's a couple that I want that you have. And I know that they'll probably be passed to me through.
who's this?
That is a Gondorian Ranger, but I think it's modeled after the one that Roy Tolkien played. Roy Tolkien was Tolkien's great-grandson. He got cast in the movies as an extra
Shield.
for a cameo.
Boromir's shield.
See the warrior orc shield in there?
Yeah.
See, it looks like the Balrog's wings.
But he has a nice little pile of them here.
Yeah. Now, something else I was just thinking about when I was looking over here. You have a couple of the Hobbit figures in here. So what sucks about the Hobbit figures is they're made by a company called Bridge Direct, and they survived midway through, like, I think it was just when they were getting ready to post, or they were like midway through promoting Desolation of Smog. And for some reason, the line got canceled. And it sucked.
I know because they had all the dwarves and we don't have all the dwarves.
Yep. We were going to get Beorn, Bard, I think Thranduil.
I wonder if any of them got produced at all and they just got recalled, or
I don't know.
what exactly happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Does this actually... Oh, look at that. It actually functions like the...
Oh, that's cool.
The blade. So you can... That's pretty neat. Yeah, whenever she hissed at the screen, it kind of spooked me a bit because I wasn't expecting it.
Box back up.
Yeah, so they're going to be going over to my room over there, and then I guess I'll be seeing if I can add some more to it.
Let's see, are these empty? Maybe able to hold this for a little while. Get this all away. So what do you got there so far? You got Ventress
And
Hondo,
and then this is
Dark Ray.
I'm working on now. Yeah. So it just takes it takes these a bit longer because
Yeah, because they're not as easy to access as the Legends are. So we still got Luke, Boba.
I own those other 4 figures in my own separate one I got at Mom's. And they're all great.
We need to get you a Ventress too.
Yeah, I'd like a Ventress. And a Cad Bane. The shelf that I have all of mine on over at Mom's is practically bursting. Let's see if I can...
It's bursting with flavor. Speaking of which, I'm going to have me some of the fabulous zero sugar dew, but it's loaded with caffeine that I shouldn't be having at, what is it, like after midnight or something.
So you should have gotten yourself one of your no-calf Pepsis.
Did she get some of those today? We went to the market today, so...
Yeah, there was a pack out there.
I was kind of... I don't know what else she had gotten. Because I chilled in the car. Because it wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, see, like I said, I'm kind of like... It's like, I like the artwork styling on these new boxes, but having 4 pieces of tape to put on top, plus this awkward, like, slant... I would have just done what Marvel Legends does. Just do this art on one side of the box like this, but have it still be, you know, one-sided. Put that over there. Bo-Katan. She's an easy one to pose because I'll probably just use the one that I did.
You want, like I said, you want a Ventress. Is there any of these other ones you would like?
Like these here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, Ventress, Hondo, and her are the only three I don't have. The ones we're currently unboxing.
So you have the rest of these at your mom's?
Mm-hmm. I found... Remember I got...
You really do need to do a collection video and put it on your... He has a channel called... What is it?
Mr. E.
Mr.
Mini.
E. Mini?
Which is... I'll tell you is the origin of that because it's so funny. So, back in the dark days of superhero movies, before my time, we got a movie called Batman Forever. And in it... Well, when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of Batman because of the Lego game. It got me so into it. And, of course, because it was like the only movies really to watch at the time. Because really, like, think about it. At my age, I couldn't really appreciate the Chris Nolan movies. They were too adult, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So all I could really watch are, like, the Tim Burton ones and the, you know, the Schumacher ones and all that. So, I always thought it was really funny in Batman Forever, they had this gag where the Riddler was leaving him riddles to solve and stuff. And there's this one scene towards the like climax where they figure out like that it's the Riddler, and like they pull this gag where it's like they say it's like Mr. E, and then Alfred's like mystery, and then Val Kilmer really smoothly goes Mr. E Enigma, Edward Nigma, you know, because I just like the Mr. E, and then whenever I got into collecting minis, I was like, I'll do Mr. E Mini, because it's like, it's one of those things that's stupid and funny at the exact same time.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
I think, we can discuss that, but I think that Batman Forever is actually kind of underrated. I get that it's very camp, but it's almost like harkening back to the Adam West days, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Batman's not really meant to be, like, really bright and colorful and like that, but, like, I think if they had done just a couple things differently, that movie could have been really good. So, like, for example, you have this problem where you got Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones together as the villains, as Riddler and Two-Face. Now, on paper, that sounds like a brilliant idea, because essentially, you got a guy that can be really goofy and a guy that can be really serious. Problem is,
What's his name wasn't seriously.
Yes, and Jim Carrey was too goofy and Tommy Lee Jones wasn't serious. He only had a couple moments in the movies. If they had just let Tommy Lee Jones be serious and toned down Jim Carrey's goofiness a little bit, they could have worked much better.
So made it more like they were more realistic villains.
Yes, and there's this wonderful theme that comes up in the movie about everything having, like, two sides or two faces. So, like, in addition to having physical Two-Face as a villain, you could play with the polar opposites of the over-the-top, you know, Riddler, and then, like, the Two-Face. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was the other problem, is that Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones were wanting to more play the Joker than they were wanting to play their actual characters. It's kind of like in Batman v Superman when, was it Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor? He was, like, trying to play the Riddler more than he was playing Lex Luthor.
Right.
So, I often say that the villains...
I don't know what was up with that choice.
If they just tweaked the villains a little bit, that could have made it much better to begin with. And like I said, it goes with the theme of having, you know, pairs of things. Because, do you remember Nicole Kidman, that's another issue I have with that movie? She has that doll in it that has the two split sides. Like, that's a theme in it. You got the Batman and Bruce Wayne as two different sides. Like, that, it's like a theme that comes up through the movie that I thought was really cool. And then also, I saw this, I think it was in a Nostalgia Critics review of it. He was talking about how the Riddler's kind of grand plan was kind of ahead of its time, you know? Like, involving, like, internet and bank. I didn't really mind Chris O'Donnell as Robert or Robin.
Robert.
I call him Robert because there's another YouTuber I found recently who refers to him as Robert, and I thought it was hilarious.
Anytime I hear the name Robert, I think of that doll on Ozzy and them. That Robert, the haunted doll.
Yeah. No, that was gonna say the other big issue I have with Batman Forever is Nicole Kidman's character, because the problem is you cast Nicole Kidman, who it was probably one of the best actresses living in the 1990s. Like, wasn't that kind of when she was at her peak? She was around before my time. Now, this is the thing. They get Nicole Kidman, and they get her to play a character that's a psychiatrist. And you could do some really interesting stuff with a psychiatrist and Batman. But instead of trying to do anything interesting, they just essentially reduced her to, like, this horny chick who wants to shag Bruce Wayne or Batman.
Shagging.
Well, that's what she... You watch that movie and tell me. That's literally her whole character, and it annoys me. So, that's pretty much my issue. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What's that?
The Boba Fett has a grappling hook right here, and I don't... Oh, that's what I did. I must have taken it off of mine. It comes with a grappling hook you can put around his... It also comes with a severed blaster, so you can have it like Luke cut his blaster off, but... You know, unless you're doing a Pit of Carcoon diorama, I don't really see. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done a Tamara Morrison head sculpt under these.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that too.
Unless they did, and it's just shoved way up in there, but... I don't know. I just like... There is a subtle differences between the Empire Boba and the Jedi Boba. The Jedi Boba has a little bit more color on him, like his arm bracers are red instead of green, and its cape, well, this one's cape isn't cloth. Of course, his jetpack's a little different. It's more colorful. Like, there's some subtle variations, which are really cool. Now, I would like to do this with the flamethrower, but luxury might not allow it. Or no, that's not the right saying. We don't have that luxury, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's room-wise, won't allow it.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Check it out. I've always liked his blaster. His kind of...
Yeah.
It's a very cool blaster. So I have mine set up with... Oops. Like... Got the blaster cocked up like this, and then let me see. I'll probably just do the same pose for my Gideon, because what?
Lucas is entering the room.
Oh.
Hi, buddy. I don't know if he'll jump up and say hi to everybody or not.
He's yelling at us again.
He's whining.
He always does it. It's funny, we named Oli the... Ooh, maybe I could do the scanner down for this one, just for the sake of looking different. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, it just looks too cool up, so I'll leave it up. And the flame effect, which is really neat, attaches to here. Right. If I can get it on. There we go.
I'm trying to coax him up, but his attention is elsewhere. I don't know if one of the other cats are in the other room or not.
Maybe something like this. And then I'll add the rocket effects onto his back. And that's all I'll do with this one. I don't think you'll be able to see the rocket effects very well, but I'll know they're there and I'll think it's cool.
Nah, it's all that matters.
I always, like, there's two moments where I get chills watching this Pit of Carcoon battle. The first is obviously whenever Luke catches the saber and ignites it. It's green. The second is when Boba gets onto the thing and jumps off. You know, and like rockets over because the music's all swelling by that point. And I still, there's some bits of Robot Chicken I've taken seriously since it's come out. And one of them is that I think it should be made canon that Boba Fett was drunk in that fight.
You keep saying that.
Well, think about it. It makes so much sense because he'd just gotten Han there, which had to have been a huge paycheck for him. I wouldn't have been surprised if he just said screw it and bought drinks for everybody that was there, and then got...
But ain't that supposed to be taking place, like, because Luke had to have time to go and...
Well, yeah, because remember,
train and all
in the old...
So he would have had to have him there for a while.
Yeah, but think about that. Boba probably hadn't had any time to sit down in a while, so he was probably there on like an extended vacation in his book. So he probably got...
Yeah, I got Han Solo.
Yeah, he probably got massively drunk the night before, and probably had been doing so for months. You know, because I'm guessing Jabba probably paid him handsomely, so he had well more than enough to live off of. And then the next morning, he was hungover for the fight at the Carcoon, so that's why he underperformed. And that's what got him... Because there's no way you can tell me that the Boba we see in The Mandalorian is like a... You know what I mean? Like...
That's an interesting theory.
I think it's got a lot of credibility. Make this that way. Okay. We got Boba done, which, as you can see, looks fantastic. I do like that Boba.
Yeah, it's a nice figure.
Ready for me. Gosh, I really hate what they did with this packaging. It just takes up so much more time. It's just like... Almost there, guys. Just bear with us while we chat about other things.
Hey, if they've made it this far, they're in for the whole ride anyway. Just listening to us BS about things.
Yeah.
Which, we got plenty of stuff to BS about. Tell the good people what's been going on in their life.
Practically nothing. I keep telling my friends this is by far the most boring summer I've ever had.
Well, it's the first summer you've been, like, working, isn't it?
Yeah, and the problem is I work, and because I work, I hardly ever have time to see my friends, either because of my schedule, or when I'm off, I either am too tired, or my schedule doesn't line up with theirs. So, that's what the issue becomes.
The joys of life. You could briefly mention your fabulous hiking adventure.
Just the short lesson of it is do not camp when it rains. But we really couldn't help it just because of the fact that we couldn't predict the forecast until a couple days before it happened, and we had already done a massive amount of planning for it. So,
yeah, those of you that are local that might be watching this, they went to Dolly Sods. It's in West Virginia, isn't it?
I think so.
And it's really nice up there. It's real high altitude, and you can see like everything. Of course, you guys were up there, and it was cloudy because of the rain. That kind of stunk for you, but
if I will tell you,
during the journey hike you had to do and all that, I don't know that I would have been too happy about it either.
well, this is the thing. Had it not rained, it would have drastically made the experience
Improved
better. Yeah,
situation.
but because it rained, it brought on a bunch of stuff that was really, stuff that shouldn't have been a big deal, but then ended up being a big deal, and stuff like that.
I got the stupid Jungle Boy theme in my head. Yesterday I had the Chris Jericho song in my head, Judas. Now it's been replaced. Go away, songs, go away.
Gideon, and then
Last but not least.
Luke.
I didn't open him for you because I didn't know if you were going to try to gingerly get him out.
Well, that's what I've done with all the others, so I might as well.
Or should I say Mary Ann legal him out?
It's just because whoever decides to package things like this are stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, they should just make... I guess it's because of thievery. Because you got idiots stealing them and stealing pieces. And
that's true.
Everything else, I would assume that's
You can just...
why they make them so hard to get in and out with everything. This Luke I got for like, I want to say $11, maybe even cheaper. They had him on one of these deals on Amazon, and I just happened to be out there looking around. I said, hey, I'll take that for that. Anytime I can get it for, half price, I'm not afraid to go for it. Because I'm sure most of you guys, if you're watching this, are.
Interestingly, you got the Luke and I got the Han. Or did I get the Luke too? I can't remember.
I have him though in.
Yeah, you have both of them older.
Older in the box.
Interesting. They made his little flap that he used to cover his face cloth. Didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There you'll find Yoda.
I always thought that was, of all the times that he could have appeared to him to give him that message, he appeared in the middle of Luke dying in the cold.
The only thing I could figure it was a thing to give him hope, because Lon Han appeared.
That's true, but
that's the only thing, that I could see. So now would be a good time, since this is your... What is the question you're leaving them with, so they could win both Pops?
This is a very obscure
Nobody
question.
will probably even enter because they don't like Pops.
To be fair, those two are two of the better ones you can get, and it's not like they're obscure, like...
So you get a Marvel and a Star Wars, Ahsoka and a Sandman.
Yeah, I mean,
if you answer the following question. And let's add like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Are you going to do all that BS?
Well, that's not a lot of BS. That's easy.
I know.
It's when people say, okay, you got to go to so-and-so's channel and subscribe and tell his sister what your favorite color underwear is, or something goofy like that. That's when it gets to be a little too ridiculous. But most people make it.
I'll probably put his gun in the holster. So this question, and you better not... it's an obscure question, though, so you better not look it up, okay? I asked
they will.
this, yeah, I know, but I want to say, the reason I'm asking is because I'm genuinely curious how many people actually know this, just based off of, knowledge, okay? So, there's a wonderful series of Christmas films. They're called The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. They did 3 movies, okay? So, there's a character that appeared in the first 2 movies, but not the 3rd one. Now, I don't know if I should, let him on, that.
So they gotta name the character?
Yes, they gotta name the character who it was that was in the first 2 movies,
I think I know
but not the last one. Now, here's the thing. I've asked this question a different way before. I said, what is the name of the blank, blank, blank? As in, what was the name of the person with this title? And everybody always put the wrong answer. They put the one that was in the 2nd and 3rd movie, not the one that was in the 1st and the 2nd movie.
Got you.
So, it would be funny. We ought to just, we'll pick one question from each fan. That'd be really crazy.
Yeah, that would be too nuts. I like this one, although it's weird that you picked something from the Santa Claus movies.
I know it's obscure, but the only reason I want to know is...
We're sitting here opening up Star Wars Black Series, and it's... Who played Uncle Johnny, and...
Well, again, the only reason I'm asking this is because the first time when I asked it, practically everyone got it wrong. So it made me curious, because in those 3 movies, this character is my favorite character in all 3 movies. He's just a cool character. Maybe do. I've almost got this. I just debating how I want to have Luke holding the saber. I think I'm going to do it like that. Have him go in the Aragorn fashion. His proportions are really lanky for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Something akin to that. And actually, I'm surprised how well I got this out of the box.
I actually am too. Now can you get the plastic thing back in?
All I did was cut the bottom of it and then pull it out. It's definitely doable. It's just, yeah, right there. And then this tucked back up into it. And this tucks under the bottom of there. See? Like it was never... And all you'd have to do to resell it would just be really tape the bottom and a little bit of the sides there. You didn't totally mutilate the package. Okay, this is the daunting part. My cat is trying to read my...
So there they all are. And now he's got to try to get them
Gideon's the easiest
over here.
one. I know where Gideon's going. You know what really sucks I'm thinking about? It's a shame we didn't get better Game of Thrones action figures.
Yeah.
Because these ones that we all got in the front here are kind of crummy and cheap. I mean, we got more characters, and then we only got 4 characters for the last season, and the last season kind of sucked, so they should do like a... It'd be cool if they did like an anniversary line for each season. I think that would be a cool idea.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad actually, and get them.
I could draft that up who they should do for each one. So I'm doing these 2 first because they're both Mandalorian. So I figured the Jaw was a small enough figure
To put him in the front.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put her there.
And the Sasha Banks figure will be coming.
Oh gosh.
I don't know, did they make the dude? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
What was his name?
Cannot remember.
I have no idea either.
They have the armor. I forgot about that. This Mando's cape is... I think I'm going to take the jetpack off of him. We'll just put it... Again, just for the sake of room, because the jetpack's kind of pushing it. I was going to see if I could get Gideon to fit, since he could be right next to the Emperor.
You can't get it like that.
Yeah.
That scene was just awesome.
Such a funny scene. Maybe I'll move Kuil in front of him, and then we'll do IG there. Oops. I might see if I can put the Beskar Mando in the back, because we got this Mando up front holding Grogu as it is, so it's like having 2 is kind of redundant. So, Baton Trooper. Heck, I mean, we wouldn't even have to really have those 2 guards. The only reason I have them is because it just looks cool. The Emperor. Do this.
Where's the one of him on his throne?
The Emperor?
Yeah.
That is him. I don't think we displayed him.
We didn't.
No. Do that. And then IG-11. Which I still think it's smooth that they got Taika Waititi to voice him. It was smooth. Taika Waititi was the Ratcatcher's dad, and what's funny is I almost called that Guardians 2. The Suicide Squad. Yeah, because whenever he appeared, I was like, hey, it's Taika Waititi. That. Gosh, that's how you know it's late. I can hear the crickets out back. Let's switch places with them. Grief card going in. And then maybe might be a place to put Oscar Reeves in there. Maybe.
Just maybe. There might be enough room.
I'll play around with posing whenever she comes, but that's the gist of it. The armor's back there too. Something's at the foot. And then the Jawa can go in front.
Ooh, TD. Beautiful.
And the next one is going to be this, which is also a challenge in of itself. It's got to go like right in here. Kinda.
Yeah, that's always the challenging thing, is when you get one and then you don't have
With him.
you don't have the space, and you're trying to make the space to have space, but you don't have the space, which don't make any sense what I just said, but you guys know what I mean.
It's amazing how much different the new Lando looks compared to the old one. Because it sucks. Even displaying him like that, where the flamethrower's up, it's just too freaking hard. Maybe the Gamorrean's what I gotta fix. Because I have the Gamorrean like kind of a running pose. Which this Gamorrean figure is fantastic.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Maybe if I
wouldn't mind having another one of them.
Maybe if I straighten him up.
Perhaps you can squeeze him in there now.
Him there.
God, we do need the dust.
It's just this freaking, like, taking all these off and dusting.
Well, it doesn't help that, like, the street's like right outside here, so anytime anybody comes by, they're kicking up dust and stuff.
Yeah, but this is indoors.
Well, it still can come in the house. Doesn't matter.
I got one boba in the back. I can put this one. Or what I'm saying is, I have one boba in the back. Maybe I can put this one in the front. Do Lando.
You guys have made it this far. Thanks a lot for sticking with the video and watching. I know it's not the most riveting thing, but just knowing you got other people, like-minded people out there that are into the same stuff that you are, that like collecting, and that some people will, like I said, enjoy watching people organize their collection. So just thought I'd give you more of an inside look at ours. We've done a couple videos like this. With no really format, no fancy camera work or anything. Just pretty much raw footage of us talking and doing what we do, unscripted, and just being us for you guys. Being real. That's what it all should be about. Being who you are and enjoying what you're doing. So
I was trying to fit these on here. I'm switching around this a little bit.
painstakingly. You know, I got a bunch of these, but the fact is, there's so many I don't have to.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
just like insane. It's like, you know,
Uh,
what in the world
there.
am I going to? Looks very nice.
Luke next. He can go right in there, I'm thinking. Probably between Han and Leia.
Oh, it looks like you'll be able to scoot X-Wing down and
Yeah, watch.
get him in there.
Go there.
Is that like,
What?
is there like 3 different Lukes there?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts.
That's the Hoth one, that's the X-Wing one, and then that's the Coronation one, or Celebration one, rather. What I tried to do is, at least before I was, well, it's still kind of there. I was trying to make the Celebration Luke the center, even though Vader would probably be more appropriate, but
Did they make Leia and Han from that scene?
no. Well, because Han's pretty much just in his classic look, as it is.
I'm surprised they didn't do that and just throw a medal with him though, and make everybody buy that buy it for the medal.
Yeah.
And Leia looks really cool in that scene. That would be neat if they did one like that. They didn't. Are you sure they didn't do her like that? I know they did her in Vintage Collection like that.
Never seen it if they did. Try to squeeze these down on the sequel shelf. This is by far the hardest one because they're very crammed as it is.
I mean, for some reason, I guess because there was an abundance of them.
Well, it's because they just started the Black Series. They got really popular right whenever they were promoting the sequel trilogy, so... Or at least The Force Awakens.
She is just such an awesome figure. I really wish this would focus better for you guys. But I like how they got the cloth skirt on her, and this is just really intricate.
I might just have to...
She's such a cool character anyway.
I think I'll just do that.
I really wish you would focus. She'll be shrouded in mystery. But anywho.
Just do that, I think.
What you do?
Just kind of stuck them on the edges.
That's fine. When we do the total redo, we'll have to... I mean, we might not need to even move everything to do it either, you know.
I'll probably put her kind of in the middle here between
You got Grievous and Dooku there?
Yeah. I'm very proud of myself. I was able to get Grievous in that pose.
Oh, yeah. I remember we had a hard time with that.
Anakin's being kind of a jerk. Because I have him in kind of a dynamic pose.
Ooh, oh,
And there he went.
there he went.
I'll get him back. It's easy. It's because this one's foot won't stand properly.
That's when you do the old lean.
But I can't freaking... I don't want to... What's stupid is I had him standing. All I did was scoot him like 2 inches and then he...
Decided to be a dork.
Yeah. And look, why is it doing that?
Don't know.
That's better. Or it was. See, why is it when I put it there it's fine, but when I move it back...
He decides to fall. Who knows?
That. This. Like my Dooku too. Just since he's one of my favorite characters.
Duke.
Oh my gosh. I'll just sit him down and mess with him here.
Kind of hard to get in to see exactly what you're doing. I'll let you show everything when you get done. Sorry for being so quiet. I'm just like thinking.
Let's look at this. Because the idea is you gotta put one leg forward and then the other leg back like it's kneeling. And then shit. Sorry, but it's just that's very frustrating. I had it in that awesome pose.
It happens.
He's one that definitely would have benefited from a stand.
That was the only thing about going from being a in-box collector to out-box collector. But you sure as hell, I couldn't imagine trying to make room for all this stuff if we kept everything in box.
But you wouldn't even be able to display it proper.
You just have to have a room with like bukus of wall space, that's all. Can he get it, ladies and gentlemen? Precision accuracy.
It's also kind of awkward because it's like one side of it doesn't want to.
It's almost like you gotta have it perfectly balanced.
She's too wide.
We're barely breathing. Nice.
Then I gotta get her up there, which. Okay, maybe.
That works.
We'll probably fall again, it wouldn't surprise me.
So that's what we're looking at, guys. Don't mind the dust. We got them all to fit. Got those to fit. Moved around some stuff up there. Put a couple pops in there. A couple figures on that bottom shelf. Got that one Daredevil to fit there. And the HBO Legends up there. All in all, or Disney Plus. I'm sorry, HBO. But anyway, those boxes and a whole gang of them over here to put away. But that's about it. I think I'm gonna stop this video. We've been going an hour and a half.
Yep.
So, any final parting words?
We did it.
We did it! Yay! Now we just got to figure out the Joes at some point, and get upstairs and fix that room up. Alright guys, so like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys being part of the community and subscribing to our channel and watching our content. And as always, do one act of kindness this week and help make a difference in somebody's life. You never know when what you say or do could help somebody when they need the most. So, for more Ring Wars, I'm Brett the Tank Downey, and this is Crazy H. You did an awesome job, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Soon.